Hi golfers, Rob Cheney here from Golf Tech Singapore. This week's video we're going to discuss the driver and how to fix your slice and what you can learn from the sport of 10-pin bowling that can stop you slicing the ball. So if you've ever watched 10-pin bowling on the television, you will recognize that the elite bowlers all draw the ball. So a right-handed bowler will throw the ball down the lane, throw it out to the right, and it will curve back to the left to hit the pins. And there's a particular move that they make in their throw and their action that helps them to create that right to left draw spin. That's the slicers of this world, the golfers who slice the ball, are very keen to be able to apply and introduce to their golf swing. So if we take a second and quickly think about what's responsible for slicing the ball, from down the line here you're going to recognize as a slicer that you're swinging out to in. So the golf club's moving out and swinging across the ball, and in doing that you're opening, your body turns, be that your shoulders and your hips and your knees are very much overturning or turning too soon, and that's going to produce a shot that curves to the right. Lots of slicers watching this video will be familiar with that ball flight. Not particularly powerful, ball curved off to the right. My swing direction there was 10.5 degrees out to in. So that's not going to function if I want to draw the ball. What bowlers do, 10-pin bowlers, as they approach the lane and they're about to throw the ball, is as they release it with their hand, their right foot, their right hip stays back. So they throw and release the ball, but they slow down the turning of their body, they slow down the turning of the hips, and they allow the arm to release past their body. And then one of the functions doing that is they slide this right foot back. Some of you who've watched golf for a while might have seen some of the world's best players incorporate some of that into their swing, particularly their driver swing. Greg Norman was very famous for having a right foot that slid back when he hit his driver. Rory McIlroy is one of the more current golfers who does the same. Both of them hit the ball very high, both of them hit the ball very far, and both of them were drawers of the golf ball. So what I'd like you to try in order to incorporate some of this into your swing is to make a backswing, relatively standard backswing for now. Just make sure you're taking your hands around you. And then as you swing down and about to hit the ball, try to feel like your right foot actually pulls backwards as you make contact. We're going to do these slowly to start with, just so that you can see what I'm getting at. But as my foot pulls back, my right hip's going to stop turning. I'm going to be able to keep the club traveling more degrees in to out. And the expectation now would be that I'd be able to start pushing and drawing these golf balls. So the path on this next shot should, rather than being 10 degrees out to in, should be more like 4, 5, 6 degrees in to out. So nice and slowly to start with. Backswing, going to hit. As we hit, we're just going to pull the right foot back with a short finish, really staying in my tilt with my right shoulder lower than my left shoulder. So that ball started to the right, curved back to the left, which would be the expectation. Notice how the right foot's stayed back, my right leg straightened, my right shoulder stayed lower. That ball's drawn, it's only a small shot, I'm just trying to get the feel. That's actually shifted the path 13 degrees from in to out, which is excessive. It doesn't surprise me that I've managed to do that, because I tend to draw the ball anyway. My path tends to be more from in to out quite naturally, so when I exaggerate and do a drill like this, I'm really going to start to shift the path too much to the right for me. But if you're a slicer, you could benefit hugely from incorporating that drill into your swing. So the expectation, if you do this drill slowly to start with, would be that your path would start to move more into out, the ball would start to push maybe slightly to the right and begin to start to curve to the left. You could even start to hook some of these balls, which, again, if you're a slicer, would be maybe quite appealing to you to actually see the ball curving from right to left. If you want to take this drill to the next stage, once you've done some practice with this, you can take this onto the golf course by either doing more of the right leg back as you hit the ball, so doing more bowler drill as you hit the ball, or you could even just build that in at setup. So you could have the right foot back and slightly turned out like this, fairly extreme turned out, which will really slow down the likelihood of this knee kicking in towards the target or this hip going too much towards the ball. You can also reduce the early extension as well. So right foot back in terms of it being closing your stance, closing your knee stance line slightly, and turned out, flared out, to reduce the likelihood of it over flexing in towards the ball. You do that, this is somewhat how I hit my driver on the golf course. If you've ever watched any of the course vlogs, you pay attention to where I'm aiming, you'll notice that my feet and knee stance line is really slightly closed to my intended target, and that is very much a factor and a part that helps me to draw the ball. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit one with a bit more of a full swing, this time swinging faster, but still trying to stay in my tilt on the follow through. So my right shoulder is going to stay lower than my left shoulder, and keeping my right leg straight as I finish. That's not a bad first attempt. It wasn't absolutely middled. Ball didn't go quite as far as it would have done if I'd hit the center of the face. But there's my standard draw. Very much what I would expect to see. Path on that one was 7 degrees into out, so still fairly solid in terms of producing those draw numbers. Let's just hit one more. So right foot back and turned out as I swing down, keeping my rear leg straight, keeping my foot back, keeping my right shoulder lower than my left on the follow through. That one was a little bit more out the center, still drawn, probably overdrawn slightly. Felt like a slightly better contact, very much the shape I suppose I'm looking for, and certainly the shape that you're looking for if you're a slicer of the golf ball. So there you have it, the bowler drill. The bowler drill to reduce your tendency of slicing and to increase the likelihood of you being able to start drawing the golf ball. Remember to build that up slowly. I've said in previous videos you need to do it, if you're going to change a motor pattern, you're going to change the way that you deliver that club to the ball, especially when you're swinging fast in the downswing. You have to start by doing things slowly. So build it up from a slow movement, start to see those balls pushing and drawing, and then gradually build up the speed. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It helps the video to get seen by more people, and it allows me to continue to keep producing content for you. I hope you found it useful. As always, I do my best to provide content that is not only interesting and informative, but practical and applicable. So if you are a slicer of the golf ball, give that bowler drill a try. Let me know how you get on. Post your results in the comments section down below. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon for another video.